Hello and welcome, you crazy people. My name is Jay, and yesterday Riot Games very casually announced a League of Legends MMO. Now, I already thought that there was going to be a MMO set in the League of Legends universe when they announced Project F, but I'm beginning to think that that's not in the League of Legends universe and not an MMO. Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. Anyway, let's get on and I'll show you how we learned this news. But Ghostcrawler, ex-Blizzard of course, he said, well, you can see the tweet, I won't read the whole thing, but they're making a new game and they're hiring for it. So they are making a League of Legends MMO, but keep in mind, this isn't going to be soon. They're literally just hiring for it, unless it's a SMO, a small scale. No, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Unless it's a very small game, then I don't know how you could expect this to be quickly when they're literally just hiring of it. Generally, MMOs take at least, I don't know, 3 to 6 years, probably, maybe even longer sometimes. So don't get your hopes up. I don't want to shatter your dreams. But Rachel, or Raquel, probably, sorry, she says, "Tell me, is it an MMO?" And he goes, "It is an MMO." So we have learned that it is an MMO. Now I thought, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. I thought that Project F that they announced was an MMO, but I actually think that this is just an RPG, perhaps more along the lines of, say, like Diablo, rather than, say, if you're familiar with Core Punk, rather than actually being an MMO. I thought it was an MMO, but you know, I doubt they would have two MMOs. Now, is it set in the League of Legends universe? I'm not 100% certain. I thought the answer was yes, it had a sort of similar art style, but then obviously it's Riot Games, so that's the art style they are going with. So there is that. There's also, now if you wanted to check this is, there's not much here, but there basically is a map that you can go on. If you go on this, I can put the link in the description, you can go in and look at the actual League of Legends world. So if you are super into it, then you probably play League of Legends and know all this. But if you're new to it and you wanted to just come in and maybe have a quick look at the map, then feel free. You can come and look at here, and it's like all the frozen wastelands, and it's known for this tribal nation, etc. So, it's an interesting world, sure. I'm not 100% sure how this will necessarily relate to League of Legends. I suspect the characters in League of Legends will be like NPCs, a little bit like, in World of Warcraft, like Thrall and everybody. The main characters probably, you're not going to play as Ashe or the actual characters, I would presume. I don't think that works in an MMO. You can't really be playing, you can't have like 5,000 Ashes all running around. So I suspect you'll just be, not a nobody, you'll just be a new champion or something in the world. Obviously, League of Legends, for those of you who don't know, which I suspect it's not many of you at this point, but it's basically like a isometric, top-down, like RTS style arena game, 5v5. I don't think they'll necessarily go with that style. Having seen that they're doing Project F, I sort of expect it to be more along the lines of the World of Warcraft style. Maybe a bit more like Smite, perhaps. That would be interesting. But if you turn that into an MMO, it's going to be interesting. But it's way too early to say anything about it, because all we have is that they're hiring for it. And if they're just hiring for it now at the end of 2020, this is not a game. Honestly, if I was going to predict a release date for this, I would probably say 2024 at the earliest. So that's that's mega early. So yeah, it's not going to be for a while. However, it's nice to see them do that. I think the arena games, like the MOBAs, are sort of stagnated a little bit. Like, people want that sort of competitive play, like Counter-Strike, League of Legends, etc. But it sort of does feel like maybe the trend is not dead, but it is possibly at its peak. Now, I could be completely wrong. We might end up seeing another game come along and just dominate everything. But I think the rise of Fall Guys and Among Us and stuff like that are sort of showing that era, and the re-rise of Minecraft, it seems, sort of showing that the era of the MOBA is perhaps a little bit stagnant. Now, I sort of not bothered if that's true or not, but if it leads to more MMOs, I could be pretty happy with it. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. I can't believe I spent 5 minutes talking about a game that's not coming out probably for 5 years. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.